Alright, people, welcome back to the 5th podcast session. Finally, I'm kind of excited to really record this podcast session today. As you could hear, the theme today is pretty exciting. It's one of my favorite, to be honest. But before we get things going, let me try to adjust the volume and make sure it's not too loud, right? The music, I know it's awesome, but is it better? I hope it's better this way, right? So you could hear my voice better. I'll try to bring it back up. Okay, so today's theme is Visual-Kei. Visual-Kei ですね。今回のテーマは、はい。For this theme, there's quite a lot to talk about actually. This Visual-Kei, right? Well, it actually has quite a lot things to tying this to my past that makes me grow as a person, and you know, to have how do I put it, to be cool, right? To have this really high fashion sense, I would say. Visual-Kei is probably the thing that ups my level by a lot. So yeah, today I'm really excited to be recording this. The only thing I'm concerned is the music that I'm playing. I just hope at the end of this thing, all the music track is able to be like to be able to be played and not become restricted or something. Fingers crossed. Alright, so let's move on to the first question, shall we? What is Visual-Kei? Well, actually Visual-Kei is a type of style, a theme style for like rock bands that is especially famous in the, I think, 90s era, you know, late 90s I would say, right? The predecessor, you know, it would be something like X Japan or Luna Sea, those kind, but those are not the those are not the bands I draw inspiration for myself. I follow the bands after that era, which is more like, you know, for the cover picture you are seeing now, the Gazette, right? From PS Company then. Back then, the PS Company has a lot of very awesome Visual-Kei bands, and they are sort of like the top dog. You know, they are the top company producing some of the best Visual-Kei bands at that time. So there's like, you know, the Gazette, Alice 9, SUG, Vivid, Screw. You know, they have indie labels as well, which they take in those upcoming, rising, and popular bands, right? That sees a lot of opportunity to become better. So, okay, Visual-Kei, right? It's sort of like has this flamboyant like dress style. In the past, it's more kind of like you know, the hairstyle is more crazy towards which, you know, maybe I will try to show some. I'll probably show some slideshow of the picture later. So when I move on to the, you know, following questions. So yeah. So Visual-Kei is actually a type of like I would call it like high fashion combined with like band music. So both combined together to produce this like very visualistic kind of band image, right? Which is what I feel the coolest thing to pull out, that, you know, we could pull out as a band, right? I think it's really cool. That's where I like, it's sort of like I would say makes me have this dream to create a band, I would say. So yeah. So next question, what got me to know about Visual-Kei? Okay, this is interesting because I actually get to know this during my high school when I was like secondary 3. There's a girl that I like, and she actually listened to this type of music in the past, I mean at that time, and when I got to know about it, I'm like, wow, I'm very intrigued, and when I get to know more and more about this kind of stuff myself, even I'm like very interested and fall into this category. So yeah, that's where I know about Visual-Kei. He's from the girl that I like in secondary school. It's kinda interesting, right? So the next question will be my favorite VK band and members. Okay, so it's like which one is my favorite Visual-Kei band and member, right? Okay, so for this question we shall move into some of the slideshow. Okay, let's go. Alright. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, from this image here you are seeing like the Gazette during their time in the Invisible War period for their release, which is really cool. Wait a minute. Let me just move it as a slideshow, right? Okay, let's see if it moves. So my favorite VK band is actually for quite a long time, I think. Visually, it's Alice 9 because they has this really cool vocalist called SYOU, SHOU, which I really look him up like a role model. Yeah, so you know, it's really cool. Okay, let me just manually then, I guess. Oh well. I hope the red thing is not being shown. Okay, let me continue on then. So yeah, as you can see in this picture, right, this band Alice 9 is the band that I'm sort of like for the longest period of time. It's the gentleman SYOU. He's a really good looking guy, which I sort of like. He's my inspiration for the hairstyles and stuff, you know. So I'm really a big fan of him for quite a long time. So even my name sort of like draws parallel to his name. So you know. So yeah, my favorite VK band would be Alice 9, I would say. Yeah, that's him in his side project band, which is very cool, right? Dire Wolf, do check out the music if you're a fan. But you know, towards now, the music they are making is less of a the sound isn't really what I like, so I've kind of stopped listening to them. So you know. Yeah, alright, so for this one, this band is really good. Sadly, they disbanded very fast and early because of different, point of views, I guess, among the members. But they are one of the highest rated band at that time, and they are like I think they are the fastest VK band to ever reach performing at the Nippon Budokan after major debut. So they are actually smashing records compared to like all other bands in the scene. They are the fastest to like gain major debut, like sign up with the major label Sony Music, I believe, Epic Records, and then perform at Nippon Budokan at a very shocking speed. And that's how much of a talent this man has. And to be honest with you guys, the music that they make are really amazing. So it's like they are made for that. But sadly they disbanded kind of early. But you know, the vocalist is still active singing under the like alias Shin Lloyd, and currently he's like undertaking a project as well, his own project, Seesaw, I think. It's like a two-man sort of band. You know, I mean the sound is still his voice, so it's pretty good. It's still okay. So yeah, alright, let me move on to the next question. What did you learn from the exposure? Well, so like I said before, right, most likely, I mean most obviously is the fashion sense. When I first exposed to like Visual-Kei, right, my dressing style sort of took a turn for the high gear. I sort of like start going around Bugis, you know, buying leather jackets and stuff. You know, my fashion sense is at the I'm at the learning part of dressing up. So at that point in time, actually, my dressing would be kind of, I think, compared to people of my age at that time, where we should be schooling up, like after high school, in the college, my dressing should be kind of, what do we call it? 夸张, you know what is it? In English, we call it exaggerating. Yes, so my dressing sometimes can be kind of a bit exaggerating, but I'm sort of like experimenting with styles that like getting exposure from, you know, the Visual-Kei music. So you know, I guess it's understandable. So okay, next question. Current outlook of Visual-Kei in recent times. Okay, well this is quite a interesting, I mean this is quite a topic to touch on. Like, in recent years or time, Visual-Kei has actually like died down, I would say. I think the golden era is over. Nowadays, like, people don't really, I mean it's not really practical to keep the exaggerating hairstyle. So you know, as you could see, right, a lot of their themes actually are slowly toned down compared to the past. If you search it up, like other bands like Malice Miser, X Japan, the olden style of Visual-Kei, you'll see that the hair colors and stuff is quite exaggerating compared to now when they reach the more modern age and time, right? Actually the look is more refined. I mean for them personally as well, it's more convenient for them to go out as well, right, in the public, rather than donning such a strange hairdo, right? So I mean, so towards the 2010 time, I mean the Visual-Kei is actually reaching the peak, I would say, and then past maybe 2015 to now, it sort of died down, I think, due to maybe trend in Korean music scene and stuff, right, I guess. So you know, because Visual-Kei itself is already quite not very well known, but those that know this kind of theme style music is, you know, what I think are really cool people. And something about like my experience is actually I know some friends through this like Visual-Kei as well, you know, like when during my time in Singapore, there isn't really, from what I know, there wouldn't be too much people who know this kind of stuff, but actually there is, and there's like quite a group of people. And you know, I remember there's this festival, it's called Sundown Festival, and I remember like during some part, like 2010 or something, they start inviting Visual-Kei bands from Japan, right? I remember there's like SUG, LMC, and then you know, for subsequent years they invite one by one Visual-Kei bands, which is really cool. And if I remember correctly, most of them are from PS Company, man. So maybe there's a pack, right? I find it really cool. I've seen Alice 9 live, which makes me really happy. And then there's like quite a lot of other stuff, quite a lot of bands as well. I think there's a Screw as well, The Out. The only band I've yet to see would be probably the Gazette. they yet to come to Singapore at all. And seeing how it is right now due to the pandemic, I think it's even more impossible, but you know, oh well. I mean, you could always check their music video online. I think the main important point to take note for Visual-Kei music, right? The good one would be definitely the sound plus the visual MV. So both combined together really makes things really fulfilling to watch and listen to. It also like makes me like, I think it also helps level up my sense of like making videos, right? Creating music videos and edit them and cut them. Probably due to the exposures of watching so much of this music videos from the BK bands, I would say. So yeah. I mean, BK bands plays a huge impact in my teenage life and up, right? Because the style, it really dawns on me like what kind of style I like, right? It really defines me as a person actually. Yeah, it's really really cool, no doubt about it. Alright, so I mean that's all I guess. Back to here. I think that's pretty much all of the questions I've planned for this theme today. I think it's kind of short though, but you know, I'm kind of rushing for time because I gotta work tomorrow, and you know, today is quite a busy day for me, going out exercising, training, eating, and then resting, and you know, I still need to prepare some of the working stuff later. But I'm still trying my best to, you know, create video contents for you guys, I mean for everyone watching my channel. I do just hope that for this podcast session the music won't be affected. If not, I might really have to mute part of music out, which is kind of sad. Okay, so we are reaching at the end. Let's see what else question should I can I add. Okay, I think that's a bonus question that I should just clear it today here in my podcast session when I can. Hold up. Okay, so there's this bonus question that I have. If you could move back in time or move forward to the future, which would you choose? So I mean, I'll rephrase it like, if you have the power to move back in time or move forward to the future, which would you choose and why? I mean, after some careful thinking and asking people, right, it's kind of interesting to be able to gather some of the responses from people in my workplace. But you know, actually I would give you the right answer. I would say the best answer. There isn't I think some would say that wouldn't have a right one, but I would say the best one. I would choose the power to move back in time, because then on I could keep making the best choices for everything, right? So if I'm not satisfied with the choice with the outcome, I could just move back and try again. So I think that's the more useful thing that we could have. Instead of moving to the future, it's sort of like escaping. You won't be able to learn anything at all. Whereas if you move to the past, you could keep like making choices and learn, oh, so this is the better choice, oh, right? So you could be learning. Whereas in the moving towards the future is sort of like an escaping kind of mentality of you. Whereas moving back in time is where one has the courage to face the past and correct it and learn more stuff, I would say. Probably something like that, I guess. So yeah. So that's the bonus question for today. And with that, I think our podcast will be coming to an end. I'm still trying to invite. I'm not really inviting guests, but I really hope like I could invite someone up here, someone I like. So who knows what will happen, but I'm trying my best to gather more audience here, I hope. So do support, drop a like and subscribe to my channel if you like to listen to podcasts like this. It really helps me a lot. Alright everyone, that's all for the 5th podcast session today of S.SocietyTV. Thanks for tuning in. And have a good week ahead. Bye bye.